Yes guys, and welcome back to another video, and in today's video guys we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Wolves away guys, and we only just got away with it 1-0 against Wolves. I'll still take it, a win is a win. And yes guys, let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 3 changes from the last game against Southampton. Talking about starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Pogba, Fred, James, Fernandes, Sancho and Greenwood. Getting into the other reaction now, Greenwood seals Premier League record for Man United. Man United set new English Premier League away record. Not a great game, but we still won. We still can't find the right midfield duo. We got away with that. It was a lucky win. It was done the hard way. We made it tough for ourselves. All that mattered was the 3 points. We still lacked in creativity. Second half FC, United defended fantastically well. De Gea was world class. United picked up the intensity and the tempo in the second half. We passed the ball much better in the second half. Our passing was sloppy in times. We made mistakes. First clean sheet of the season. Varane was fantastic. We know we need to perform better. It was frustrating and annoying at times. For me, it was a game of 2 halves. Other people might have a different perception. Wolves had the chances in the first half, but they didn't take them. Wolves were much better in their play. Mason Greenwood, the generational talent. A win is a win. We will take that. Nice to get a win before the international break. Let's go on a title charge when we get Ronaldo. First half dreadful. Second half better. Overall poor performance. We deserved the win in the end. Win done. 3 points done. And clean sheet done. Anyway guys, let's just get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? I think overall it was a poor performance by Man United, but it was a lucky win. We got away with it massively. We've seen performances like this before, and we've seen it last season as well, where we performed really badly but we still come away with the win. There's been this debate after the game, and obviously people were saying that we didn't deserve the win. Yes, Wolves might have played better than us. You had the better chances. If you can't take your chances, that's not our fault. That's just the way how they're playing at the minute. At the end of the day, it's down to Wolves to sort their problems out. They've got their problems. They're not scoring goals. They're conceding goals. 3 games now that they've conceded 1 goal and they're still not scoring goals. And I didn't want to come into this game and give Wolves their first point and their first win or whatever it was going to be, because then it'll just give them the confidence going into the next game after the international break. At the end of the day, people have been debating United didn't deserve the win. We did deserve the win, because at the end of the day, we won. Yes, we didn't perform well. We performed rubbish, but it's still a poor performance. We got away with it. We've seen performances like that last season. It gets annoying and frustrating as the game goes on, the style of the play as well. I was had to really pay attention to the way how we were playing yesterday as well against Wolves as well. Obviously Wolves are a great opposition. You know, they're always tough to play away from home, especially with the fans there as well. We got away with it massively. All the fans were buzzing. Just a few days ago, we've just gone and signed Ronaldo. Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! This Premier League ain't ready for Ronaldo. Honestly, buzzing with this myself. Cannot wait for Ronaldo to come in. He's going to make history, definitely. And he's going to definitely tear up this Premier League. People are saying he doesn't have it in him. But getting back to the game, it was a poor performance, but we got away with it. You're not always going to get away with it at the end of the day. Second half FC. And obviously Mason Greenwood gets us out of the shit as well. First clean sheet of the season. It's always nice to get a win before the international break. It's obviously for Bruno Lage to go back now and assess that the first 3 games. I think it's a good start for United. Obviously 7 points out of 9. Same points as Liverpool and Chelsea, who are also in the title charge as well. Tottenham are the only team that have only won 3 games out of 3. Tottenham are looking good as well. But we did make mistakes, but we did kill the sort of mistakes in the second half as well. We still made iffy decisions there in the second half as well. But performance was poor, but I'll take it at the end of the day. But getting into the game now, first half kicked off. I thought Wolves were the much better team in the first half. Hands down. Their play, the passing, they were much sharper than us. They were on it, really see it, and obviously, you know, it was their FA Cup final against us. They were aggressive, they were on the front foot, creating chances left, right and centre, but they didn't take the chances in the first half. It was chance after chance after chance after chance, but I think United defended well. I think they were getting frustrated that they couldn't take the chances. The fans were behind them as well, and I think the fans were getting frustrated as well. And then obviously first half, they kept going, Wolves. United were making mistake after mistake after mistake, losing possession too easily. Fred was getting bullied, the midfield was getting bullied again. The midfield duo was just getting absolutely bullied, Fred and Pogba as well. They were just getting bullied by Traore, just making those runs in the channels, on the counter-attack, quick breakaway, quick counter-attacks. But I thought defensively we did really well, and then obviously it's down to them to take the chances. If they don't take the chances, they feel hard done by, but that's for Wolves to sort that out. It's not for us to sort it out. If you don't take your chances, you don't take your chances. This is football, and you have to get on with it. So first off, Wolves are absolutely dominant, controlled it, but I thought United did well defensively, and we did well. We just hanged in there. They did have a good couple of chances to score on. One or two were offside, and we stayed in the game though. We stayed in the game as long as we could, and then Wolves were much better in that first half. The play, the passing, the sharpness, everything about them was just, fantastic in the first half. They were really trying. They were hopeful of getting a result against United. They were really pushing. The goal didn't come in the first half for them. We just defended really well. Second half, United come out. I think we sort of had a bit of a kick up the backside. We got on the front foot. We started, here and there creating a few chances. But again, the stats show it again. We only had one goal, but we still had 10 shots and 3 on target. So it goes to show, we still lack the creativity. So the creativity is not there yet. First game was fantastic. We took all of the chances. We had so many chances on goal. The last 2 games have not been great, creating the chances. So is that because of the lack of quality that we've got up front, or is it just because, we trying to, find a different style of play and grinding out these games? But we know we're not always going to get away with these type of performances, and we have to perform better. And at the end of the day, second half were much better, even though I thought Wolves still had an answer though in the second half. If we did something, Wolves had an answer. They got on the counter attack, had a few chances again, and then they just, I think United had to really show that character and that team spirit and that fight, and we stayed in the game as long as we could. And I think that was what we needed to do. We had to stay in that game as long as we could, which we did. Wolves were showing absolutely everything that they had in them, and they just kept pushing, but they just couldn't take the chances. I think a chance for them to score was when De Gea made 2 great saves, and you're thinking, how have they not scored? And just a world-class keeper's always going to do those type of saves, and it was fantastic. And then brilliant 2 saves by De Gea. We got away with that massively. Could have been easily 1-0 for Wolves, but it couldn't have been easily 1-0 earlier. And they just didn't take the chances. And then to top it off, I think they were frustrated then, because then we had an answer. We got on the attack. Varane got an assist, and then Greenwood, the generational talent, scores to make it 1-0. And then obviously then it's just all about grinding it out, seeing it out, and we did that. And brings on Delo with a couple of minutes to go. So we showed everything. We showed the heart. We stayed in the game as long as we could. We showed, we had that belief in us as well that we could still win the game as well. I knew we were going to win it late on as well. So I think it's just hands down to, and you've got to thank Greenwood for that. Been on the score sheet now 3 times, scored against Leeds, Southampton, and now Wolves. So fantastic. And we know we're not always going to get away with this, but a win is a win, and we take it on the chin, and we must perform better in the next upcoming games after the international break. But we'll take it. 7 points out of 9. On the same points as Chelsea and Liverpool. We take it and we move on. We didn't perform at our best, but the main thing is we won and got the 3 points. Wolves were a better team, but they just simply couldn't take the chances. We are now on the same points as Liverpool and Chelsea. Ronaldo is back. Can we go on a title charge now? I think we can. Obviously, we had a problem last season with the defence. Now the defence is sorted. We've got Varane there next to Maguire. I thought Varane played absolutely outstanding in that first game. Everyone's comparing him and Ben White, saying that Ben White's a better player because he came in from the Premier League, from another Premier League team. Never that. You've got to say Varane is a winner, and he can show it. And next to Maguire, they're going to do wonders First clean sheet of the season as well. Defence was an issue last season, and obviously we've got this set piece coaching, obviously on the side doing some defensive work as well, which is really working as well. So we're really doing well now defensively. Then obviously going attacking a load of players up front. You know, you've got the likes of Jadon Sancho, Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Cavani, Ronaldo, the list goes on. So we've got such a threat now going forward. We've got the forwards as well, but it's just that midfield. That midfield is just getting overpowered, overrun. The midfield is just not right at the minute. It's funny because we played Fred and McTominay against Leeds, played outstandingly well against Leeds, but in the last 2 games we've got absolutely bullied in that midfield because we've not got the right midfield combination. But now you're thinking, well, we've got Donny on the bench who cannot get any minutes. Ollie's refusing to play him. He's not getting any minutes. So you're thinking, well, why is Donny not getting any minutes? Is it because of the coaching, something that he's seen in Donny that he's not ready to play? I don't know. You've got to ask the manager that. He's been asked about Donny van der Beek, but I don't know what he's trying to do with Donny. Donny's sat on the bench thinking, what more do I need to do? Donny would be the perfect match to play now because McTominay's injured and you can play Pogba in a much of a higher position on the left wing. We need to ask the questions to Ollie and say, why is Donny not being played? Ollie's refusing not to play Donny, and Donny would be the perfect man to come into these games, and he will be our answer to this midfield problems at the minute because our midfield is getting overpowered. It's just like a bagel in that midfield. They're absolutely carving us right open in that midfield. The attack's fine, the defence is fine, that midfield is not right at the minute, and Ollie needs to get to the bottom of this midfield. It's not right, and it needs to be sorted in this international break. Sick and tired of this midfield being overpowered by the likes of Traore. Southampton had a right go at that midfield as well. Matic and Fred wasn't right last week. Pogba and Fred wasn't right yesterday. There's one man you turn into here, and that's Donny. He might be the answer to our problems, but he's not playing him, and it's disappointing as well. As I mentioned about the midfield duo, Ollie seems to pick Fred, Pogba, Matic and McTominay, but for some reason he's not starting Donny. He's sat on the bench week in and week out. But why doesn't Ollie not start him? I don't know. I honestly don't know myself. You think about, well, we don't work at United. What is it Ollie is seeing in Donny that I think it's so frustrating and annoying as fans to see Donny sat on the bench week in and week out, not being played. He's not being played. He's still getting paid, and he's not being played. He wants to play. He wants to fight for a place, but Ollie's not starting him. He's refusing to play him. Is it something that he's seen in Donny that he's not doing right in training? I don't know what's going on. Something behind the scenes we don't know is not right with Donny. Ollie was the one that wanted this player as well. Ollie was the one that called his agent and said, can I have Donny's number? He called him, he convinced him, and he's at the club. He's not playing him. If I was Donny now, and currently filming this, it's Monday, tomorrow night the transfer window closes, I'd be thinking, I want to play, but I'm not being played here at Man United. Do I just say to the manager now, I want to go out on loan now because I want to play elsewhere because I'm not being played at the minute? This is it. Donny gets more game time now with McTominay being out injured. He's going to be out for a month at least. Play him. He just doesn't start him because managers have got their favourites, and his favourites are bloody Fred. It's like when you go to Chelsea, they've got Jorginho. When you go to Man City, they've got Rodri. But at Man United, it's bloody Fred. It's just not good enough. And you've got other players out there like Camavinga, Basuma. We're not acting and we're not bringing a CDM, but we're not going to sign one, are we? If we don't sign one, we need to sort out this midfield. It's down to the coaching. I hope the coaching staff can fix this midfield problem. Ronaldo's not going to fix it. It needs to be fixed ASAP, definitely for sure. Was it a foul on Ruben Neves? No. I don't think it was. It's 50-50. I think Ruben Neves, there's a slight delayed reaction, and I don't think it's a foul. Neves is coming out that he got fouled, but the referee was stood right next to it, and there's some new rules now because they want to let the game flow, free flow. There was nothing wrong with it. 50-50. Pogba lost the ball, but Neves, there was nothing in it. And then you refer back to the Bruno thing as well. Nothing was happening there as well. Or something might have happened in it, but you move on, and it's a goal. If the Wolves players don't like it, it's a goal. Wolves fans can have a moan. Souness can have a rant as well, that he's a leg breaker as well. Souness needs to get out as well. His comments just disgust me. No, it wasn't a foul. 50-50. You're both going for the ball. You're both fighting for the ball. No, it's not a foul. No, not for me. Who is my man of the match? This is a good one because you know what? De Gea had a world-class game. 2 saves, brilliant. Wan-Bissaka, I think he had an okay game. Varane had a fantastic game. Maguire had a fantastic game. Shaw had an alright game. I think Fred didn't have a good game for me. Pogba got stuck in. A really good job. I think Pogba, he helped us get the goal as well. Sancho, I thought he had a good game but got subbed though. Obviously still adapting to the Premier League. Bruno, thought he had a good game as well. James just didn't have a great game. Greenwood had a brilliant game again. Last week I gave it Greenwood, but this week I think I'm going to give it De Gea because that game could have been easily lost if it wasn't for De Gea. This week I'm going to give it De Gea for his world-class save, and the way how he saved those 2 brilliant saves was fantastic, world-class, and that's what you get from a world-class goalkeeper in De Gea as well. How do we beat Newcastle now? Obviously we've got Newcastle now in our next fixture after the international break. Obviously Newcastle, not a great start, slow start for them, lost 2, drawn 1, so I think they're not looking that great. Slow start for them. I think obviously Steve Bruce will be analysed, seeing what they can do better in after this international break. I think Newcastle, they sort of let the players go out on international break, get the confidence, come back and re-go again. This will be a perfect fixture for Newcastle to bounce back and hopefully get some points. I think United, we've got to go in with the right mindset and the right mentality. I think we've got to prepare well for this encounter against Newcastle. We always know it's a great fixture against Newcastle. We've always got that rivalry as well. Many games it's always been close and tight. Steve Bruce, he'll want to try and do something on us. Ronaldo will be in this game, so it'd be nice to see Ronaldo just absolutely turn Newcastle into young men. Newcastle, I think they'll be hopeful of getting something out of this. You know, they'll be thinking, yeah, this is a perfect fixture to get us going. It'll be their FA Cup final. We need to be up for this. We have to go in the right mindset, the right mentality. I picked up on a few things on their style of play. They get the ball to their wing backs. They have the quality out wide as well. I think defensively they're a shambles and not organised when it comes to that as well. Obviously they're not playing their first goalkeeper as well. Obviously their goalkeepers have got COVID at the minute, so they're struggling with keepers that are not match fit at the minute. They're relying on Woodman at the minute, but they're quick in the transition. They obviously have Saint Maximin as well, and don't let Saint Maximin have the freedom because he'll just literally tear us apart. We've got to make sure we close down Alan Saint Maximin, don't give him any time on space on the ball. Their defence panic and they struggle under pressure as well, so I think when you put them under pressure, their defence will begin to panic. They make a mistake, and that's what they did in the closing stages of the game yesterday. They gave away a penalty as well. But the things that we've got to do is we've got to make sure we close down their midfield, don't have them the space and the time on the ball. The defence needs to be organised as well. We need to keep it tight at the back and defend properly. We've got to keep it tight and compact and be robust at the back. We've got to have to keep Callum Wilson quiet as well. Most of their goals from Callum Wilson as well. Shaw and Wan-Bissaka need to stop their crosses coming in. Obviously we've got 2 fantastic centre-backs as well. I think they'll keep those crosses coming in, keep them quiet as well. I expect another world-class performance from Varane as well. We need to play with a high intensity and a high tempo and playing intent in our play. We've got to be aggressive, we've got to be ruthless, and we've got to make those runs in from behind. And from the get-go, high press, high intensity, high tempo, perform better as well. The creativity's got to be there. We need to show the heart, the passion, the pride, show the character, show the team spirit, show that we want it more against Newcastle as well. Newcastle will come with a game plan. Teams always come with a game plan to Old Trafford. We've got to be ready for this one. We've got to be aggressive, got to be ruthless. We've got to make the runs in from behind. Rashford shouldn't be too far away from coming back now as well. We'll quickly but surely get players back from injury as well. We're going to stay on top of it, stay concentrated, stay focused, and then when we get the first goal, defend well, defend properly, don't give them time and space on the ball, close them down. When we get the ball, we've got to play with a higher line as well, which I love with Varane as well, because he got us playing high up the pitch as well. We need to do that a lot more as well. When we play with a higher line, you can assess your options then, and then you can go and score goals. But Newcastle, they'll come with a game plan. They've always got a game plan. We've got to be ready for this one against Newcastle. The mentality and the mindset's got to be there. We've got to prepare well for this one against Newcastle. They'll come with a game plan. They want to try and make this their FA Cup final. We've got to be ready. We've got to stay concentrated and stay focused at all times and get the job done on Newcastle, and then we move on to the next game at the end of the day as well. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Fernandes passed the ball to Pogba. Pogba loses possession. Neves passed it to Varane pretty much. Varane passed the ball to Greenwood. Varane passed the ball to Greenwood. Greenwood runs, little shuffle, step over and scores for 1-0. Getting to the stats now. Possession for Wolves, it was 44.1%, and for Man United it was 55.9%. Goals for Wolves, it was 0, and for Man United it was 1. Total shots for Wolves, it was 15, and for Man United it was 10. Shots on target for Wolves, it was 6, and for Man United it was 3. Shot accuracy for Wolves, it was bang on 40%, and for Man United it was bang on 30%. Shots inside the box for Wolves, it was 10, and for Man United it was 7. Shots outside the box for Wolves, it was 5, and for Man United it was 3. Total passes for Wolves, it was 427 passes, and for Man United it was 552 passes. The pass accuracy for Wolves, it was 81.7%, and for Man United it was 86.6%. Getting to the substitutions now, James went off for Cavani. Talk about Dan's performance and Canizaro's selection, but did little to vindicate his recall and was predictable. First withdrawal long before the hour. Sancho went off for Martial. Talk about Jadon's performance. Started on the left and was ineffectual against Nelson Semedo. Had no major effect whatsoever on his full debut. Give him time, for God's sake. Greenwood went off for Dalot. Talk about Mason's performance. Had little change out of Wolves' defence. Trident, but went close just before half time. Preserved and scored late on. Next up, we've got Newcastle. Newcastle are 17th in the table. I think coming into this game, we've got to be ready physically, mentally. Got to have to go in with the right mentality, the right mindset. Newcastle they'll come with a game plan. I just want to see a better performance. Fans will be behind us. The fans will be really looking forward to see Ronaldo play as well. Last time Ronaldo played against Newcastle, it ended 6-0 as well, and he scored a hat-trick, so that would be nice for Ronaldo's debut back at Old Trafford. We just got to come into this game, got to make sure we give absolutely everything, play with a badge, play for the club, show the team spirit, show that we want it more, and show that when it matters we want it more as well. At Newcastle, they'll come with a game plan. They'll always love it Old Trafford. They always like to perform well. It's their FA Cup final, but we've got to go in with the right mindset, the right mentality. Got to prepare well for this game against Newcastle, and I'm looking forward to this game against Newcastle. They'll come in with better tactics as well. We've got to be better with our tactics as well. Hope the midfield gets sorted out as well. Go in this game confidence as well. The confidence will be high as well going into this game. Newcastle's confidence won't be there coming into this game. They've got to create their own atmosphere as well. Got to go out there, go and get the win against Newcastle. High press, high energy, high intensity, intent. Going to play with intent. We've got to be aggressive, got to be ruthless. Let's just get the job done against Newcastle. Brilliant team, got a good manager. Go and beat them at Old Trafford. Newcastle are scoring 1.3 goals per game. Newcastle are conceding 2.7 goals per game, and they're vulnerable at the back as well. Newcastle have won none, drawn 1 and lost 2. They've lost to West Ham 4-2 at home, and they've lost to Villa away 2-0. The players to look out for is Fernandez, Lascelles, Shaw, Lewis, Shelvey, St Maximin, Ritchie, Hendrick, Fraser, Murphy, Almiron, Willock, Joelinton, Wilson and Gale. Hope you guys are enjoying our video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.